Alright, so as promised, Rey Dau versus Astalos. You guys have been honestly asking for this one, and to be kind of honest, it was already on my mind anyway, so let's just be honest here. We knew that this match was going to come, or at least that I was going to make this match anyway. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the Thunderhead Crackhead, Astalos Crash Out Jr. himself, alright? So Astalos is a flying wyvern, and it seems like it has some insectoid-like nature if we actually do, look at it. But believe it or not, Astalos is actually a pretty powerful flying wyvern despite how it looks. I mean, this thing is able to literally yoke up Mizutsune off of its feet. Like, we're talking about Mizutsune. The same creature that can, at the very least, grapple with Zenogre. And that's not all it could do. We also know that its tail is easily capable of restraining and holding on to a Rathalos, which is actually impressive, considering Rathaloses should be known as one of the strongest flying wyverns, as they do have one of the heaviest shells in the I guess in the flying wyvern line, to be honest. But it also competes with things like Najarala, Saragios, and even the Celtis Queen, who will be up against Dashagama very soon. And yes, it's gonna be bad for the good old bear wyvern himself, the fanged beast himself. But overall, the Astalos is actually one of the few wyverns that will actually get up close and personal and straight up beat the mess out of you with its talons, its wings. As we can see here, it's capable of holding on to a Rathalos and straight up just using its wings to beat it up in combat. Plus, its electrical manipulation is nothing to mess with, as it's able to use it in both close quarters range and sometimes even long ranges as well, but it prefers to get up close and personal. But now let's move on to Rey Dau. Now, Rey Dau is the apex of the Windward Plains, exceeding the likes of the Dashagama, including the Alpha One, Balahara, Q-Martis, Rathian, and the most chill monster ever, Chatacabra. Thank you for not destroying my bases, unlike these guys over here. Anytime they destroy my base, I just start hunting. Like, Rathian, chill. Q-Martis destroys my base. Or Q-Matrix, whatever. Dashagama, or Dashaguma. Yeah, they destroy my base. The only predator or creature that we are known that it cannot beat is Arc-Veiled. But this is, it's not bad, considering Arc-Veiled is Elder Dragon level in terms of its power and capabilities. But again, we do see it actually being able to harm Arc-Veiled and push it back a little bit. And even in some of the ecology cutscenes, it's actually able to fight against Arc-Veiled in physical combat, meaning it is one of the more powerful apexes in the game, exceeding the likes of Uthaduna and New Udra, who are above, or at least relative to, Rathalos. Okay? So, with that being said here, we also know that Rey Dau's wings are actually encoded in some kind of organic ore, if you will. This allows him to utilize his wings in combat as if they were blades. And when encoded with lightning, they turn the sand to glass. And this is burnt glass, by the way. That should not be possible. Like, how do you turn the sand into glass and it's burnt at the same time? But he also has just high levels of electrical capabilities, including his railgun. Now, let's actually talk about it. Who wins this match more often than not? The Crackhead Crash Out versus the Sand Warrior of the Windward Plains. So, believe it or not, I think in terms of an actual fight, this is going to get physical. There is no way that Astalos isn't going to try to make this physical. And considering they both are electrical monsters, this means their hacks and abilities may not affect each other all like that. However, it may come to the force behind the attack rather than the effect the attack is going to have itself here. What I mean is the amount of force behind an attack can also be just as devastating, if not more devastating, than the elemental ailment damage that the creature or even the opponent deals. Meaning that if they put enough force into the attack, they can actually push you back. For example, Rey Dau's railgun is still able to push back Arc-Veiled, despite the fact that Arc-Veiled is capable of absorbing energy. This means that Rey Dau's railgun still has the force to actually harm him, but not the element application because of Arc-Veiled's over-the-top absorption ability. And while I do think Astalos could definitely close that distance before the railgun goes off, what I do think is going to happen is that if they really go wing for wing, I definitely bet it on Rey Dau more often than not. Those wings are encoded with a conductive metal. They're able to slice through and even being able to match the strength of Arcveld's whips. So believe it or not, I am going to give it to Rey Dau. I do think Astalos puts up a good fight, but I think at the end of it, I think the force of Rey Dau's railgun, plus the combination of the metallic ore on its wings, plus its definitely a lot calmer and a lot more, I would probably say a bit more patient when it comes to combat than Astalos. Meaning that Astalos could really just charge in and just get knocked back or even probably get knocked out by the railgun because of its over aggression to really fight. But that's going to be all today, guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share it with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.